This is the war report for December 20, 2021. In Sakota there is intense fighting, and near Atia Tigray rebels are camped. In Dalanta near Tinkesho, there are armed Tigray rebels in the area. In northern Gondar, Telemt, TPLF rebels are evacuating Tigray civilians. Amhara farmers are capturing remnants of Tigray rebels in Salelika Dadmurat, Yedijit, and Kirkir Tekir Wuha. Thousands of Tigray rebels left for Mekelle via Kulmisk. In Lalibela, remnants of Tigray rebels are captured. Similarly, in Dalanta, 11 wounded Tigray rebels captured. TPLF rebels are on foot retreating to Gaidan and Mariwa to Koram direction. Tigray rebels took heavy losses in Waja, Silanwega and Tumuga. In Mersa and Dalanta people that were working with TPLF are being detained. Lastly, remnants of TPLF rebels avoid traveling during the day and only travel during the night to avoid being captured. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. This is the war report for December 21, 2021. In Sakota, Tigray rebels suffered heavy losses. In Zikola, Amhara forces capture hundreds of rebels. Amhara and ENDF forces capture Koram, and TPLF rebels retreat to Maichu. Some Tigray rebels are surrounded in Dilb and Muja. In northern Gondar, in Adi Arike, rebels are retreating towards Shire. TPLF is training more rebels in various towns in Tigray region. Tens of thousands of rebels that escaped to Tigray are regrouping and preparing for a last stand. In Dalanta, Ambasal, and Wadla hundreds of rebels surrender. In Wijultana, Amhara residents deny and condemn local leaders for abandoning them. In Gidan, Amhara forces are clearing remaining rebels. Lastly, TPLF is burying Tigray rebels in mass graves in Tigray region, and it is preparing propaganda narratives to claim they were civilians. Thank you for watching and please. This is the war report for December 22, 2021. Amhara and ENDF forces control Maichu and the road to Mahoney and Churchill towns. Several TPLF rebels have surrendered in various towns. In Lalibela 5 rebels, Gushana 900 rebels, Istaish 100 rebels, and in Dufti 50 rebels. Near Dilb, Amhara youth killed TPLF rebels in a gunfight after they refused to surrender. TPLF is using southern Tigray region as a buffer zone, and it has settled tens of thousands of rebels in a Bergele area. In Sakota, local TPLF collaborators are being detained, while some of them escaped with TPLF to Mekelle. Near Dalanta, Kinba, Tigray rebels continue to refuse to surrender to local forces. They say they will only surrender to ENDF forces. In Badi, locals say some local Oromos that collaborated with TPLF have been released from prison and given their guns. In Kambolcha, some residents are hiding Tigray rebels in their homes. In a lot of towns and cities such as Hake, Wuldia, Desse, Kambolcha and so on, rebels are hiding in empty and abandoned houses. On the Ethiopian-Sudan border, the Sudanese military is shooting artillery towards a small town near Matima called Gazin Gora. Lastly, in Hamdayat area, Sudan military is digging trenches and preparing for possible war. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. This is the war report for December 23, 2021. Amhara and ENDF forces control Abergele. Near Alamada and Waja countryside, Amhara and ENDF forces are clearing remnants of TPLF rebels. In Jidan area, in the countryside, over 1,000 Tigray rebels were captured. Tigray rebels near Sudan border, Barakat, are shooting, kidnapping and robbing Amhara civilians. Near Shirero, 120 Tigray rebels were captured when they attempted to enter Sudan. In Dalanta, Kinba, some Tigray rebels surrender. In Lasta, the county's leader and security officer are detained. In Sakota, 100 local TPLF collaborators have been detained. Ethiopian government says it will not further advance into Tigray and will hold its ground on positions it already controls. Despite claiming it wants peace, TPLF is still training tens of thousands of rebels in Tigray region. Lastly, Tigray rebels in the Sudanese military are preparing for a possible war against Ethiopia on the border areas. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. This is the war report for December 24, 2021. TPLF has called the entire Tigray population to mobilize for war. Near Didibit, 80 Tigray rebels killed after an attack. Near the Ethiopian-Sudan border, in an area called Dima, 600 Tigray rebels were thwarted and some were killed. TPLF rebels sent 73 trucks full of rebels from Shire to Adi Arike in areas Boya, Waleana, and Awaza. After intense fighting near Barakat, Sudan border, 2 Tigray rebels were captured. Near Kwara, Tigray rebels are preparing to attack from Sudan. Also in the same area 5 TPLF spies were caught. In Adyarike, Chewbir and Mailabo, Tigray rebels are digging trenches. There is intense fighting in Tumuga and Koram. Near Gidan, Tigray rebels are shooting towards civilians. Throughout various cities, TPLF collaborators are changing their identities and moving to Addis Ababa. In Body 17 and Kemisay 7 OLF rebels were detained. Thank you for watching and please subscribe. This is the war report for December 25, 2021. Tigray rebels attack Abala town in the Afar region again. In Abala, Tigray residents of the city joined TPLF rebels and attacked Afar civilians. The Ethiopian Air Force took strikes on TPLF positions in Afar and Koram. TPLF mobilizes all Tigray drivers to transport rebels to various areas. TPLF is mobilizing a large rebel force near Indab Iguna. Near Adyarike countryside, TPLF rebels are bringing reinforcements. A man named Afwerki is working with Sudan intelligence to attack Ethiopian border areas. He is coordinating and mobilizing forces in Sudan region. Tigray rebels that were captured near Sudan border, Burkit, say their main goal was to attack and capture Maikadra town. Top TPLF leader Getachew Reda calls Tigray residents in Alamada to attack ENDF. Tigray rebels are still in Lalibela hiding and threatening people. In Delanta, Kimp, all the remaining TPLF rebels surrender. Thank you for watching and please subscribe.